Mr. Noel. I only know of one other person in the United States that shares this particular DNA, and it was only last year or so that his great-great-grandson finally had a DNA test, and it came back. He was all over the newspapers for having this particular haplogroup type A, 0, 0. A represents Adam in genetic terms. 0 means there's no daughters, or sons, and 0, 0. It's a rare, very rare, because the only person who had that lived 237,000 years ago. And he was called the first man. Mr. Noel. The gentleman in South Carolina who had his family's DNA research completed, and he was said to be the only one in the United States with it. Your DNA is 40,000 years older than his. What I'm saying to you is that you have the same haplogroup as the first human man to ever walk this earth.
Wow.
Sit with it.
Show a little excitement.
The reason why it's important is because we have these ideas about who came first. We have pictures. We have bones. We have these images of what life would have been like. I don't know about you. But you represent the beginning of all creation. That's what your DNA says. And I'll tell you, they had given him a preliminary result, and then they took it back. And so I sent an email asking them, what is the problem with these test results? And they said, we want to be sure. So they ran additional tests. And then when I went back on Sunday, 5 days ago, that's when I saw they had updated to A00. Now, unless other people in the United States have put their DNA in that database, you, sir, are the only one living in these United States with that DNA type. And it is a pleasure to be sitting next to you today. I do hope that when you leave here and have the broader discussions about the presence of African Americans in the city of Fredericksburg, that you keep in mind the origins of these descendants. That our history did not begin with the 800-pound cement block on a corner. That we have people here who have the same haplogroup as King Tut. The Limba people in Senegal were the first people in Senegal, and that's your line. We have Egypt represented. And my God, Adam is with us today. It's important we have these kinds of programming. It's important that we have these kind of conversations to dig deeper, to rethink our perspectives and how we see things, how we learn things, how we interpret things. Everything isn't what it seems to be. Mr. Noel, by the way, was also a member of the graduating class of 1954 who protested being treated differently. I wonder what the story would have been like if he had no men. The progenitor of all men. The progenitor of all men.